Okay, now the next question asks you to find the inverse of the function of f of x plus 2 plus e to the power of 4x third minus 1. It also asks you to find the domain and range of that inverse function. And it says if g of x equals cosine x plus 2, find the f inverse of gx. And so let me write down the function that we have to find the inverse of. So basically, x equals 2 plus e. Okay, so basically, to find the inverse of this, you can just write the f of x as y, just rewrite the problem. Now, you have to switch the x and the y. So then basically, after this, you just have to solve for y. So if we can start off by subtracting 2, let's leave x minus 2 equals e to the 4y third minus 1. Now, here, you would have to use natural log to cancel out the e. So you natural log both sides, so natural log x minus 2 and natural log e to the 4y third minus 1. So then on the left side, it would basically just stay the same. And for for the right side, the ln and the e would cancel out, so that would just be left with 4y third minus 1. So almost there. Add the 1 to this side. So it'll be ln x minus 2 plus 1 equals 4 x net. Divide 4. So then it'll just be ln x minus 2 plus 1 over 4 equals y to the third. And here you just cube root both sides, which would effectively make the inverse the cube root of ln x minus 2 plus 1 over 4. So that is the inverse. Now the problem also asks you to find the domain and range. So for the domain, the domain would be the domain would be 2 to infinity. Only because for this ln right here, the natural log cannot be like 0 or less, so it can't be negative or 0. So if you plug in 2 for that, 2 minus 2 equals 0, that would be like undefined. So that's why it's not included here. So it's 2 to infinity. And the range would just be all real numbers. So negative infinity to infinity, because there's nothing to make the denominator 0, and it just works out. So that'll be the domain and range. And the last part of this question, it asks us to do this. So let me just write that out. So f inverse of g. So let's see. So g of x equals cosine x plus 2. so basically with that, all we would have to do is use the inverse function that we got right here. Let me just rewrite it. Over 4. Use that inverse function right here and plug in the g of x into every x in this function. So something like this. So f inverse of g to x. So ln, and since the g of x right here, it'll be cosine x plus 2 minus 2 plus 1 over 4. So basically, this is the answer, except you can like simplify this by getting rid of the plus 2 minus 2 since they cancel out. So it just ends up being this ln cosine x plus 1 over 4. And those are all the solutions to number 2.